Hey, we're live, and you're here with Madam. And tonight, I got static paranormal or paranormal static. I don't know, but it's all good. And I got Brian and Robert, and they're going to talk to me tonight about all kinds of fun stuff and stuff they're doing and stuff they're building. So, because I think that is awesome that they build paranormal equipment and uh, uh, and they're just like out there hunting down, dastardly spirits and putting them in their place. So, hi guys.
How you
What's going
doing?
on?
How's that for an intro?
Awesome.
That worked.
We take what we can get.
Well, don't we all, really?
Oh yeah.
At some point in life, you just have to be like, okay, thank you. Yeah, if I would vape with you, but I can't find my pen. So anyway, tell me about um, building this equipment. How did you get the idea to build like a ghost box, so that you could talk to spirits with it?
Well, you got to remember from the beginning, when me and Brian started, we were like very, very young, like 13, 14 years old.
Uh-huh.
So we couldn't just say, Mama and Daddy, I need some money for a ghost box. They'd look at us
Right,
retarded. So
right.
we did
And
a
you know,
lot of
the
research,
idea. Yeah.
and I figured out what it took to make it happen. And matter
Okay.
of fact, I contacted one of the leading researchers of ITC boxes in the field, in my
Oh,
opinion,
really?
which is Steve Huff.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a conversation, and I pulled Brian into the conversation, and Steve actually gave us the schematics for the ghost box, the portal.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's where it started at. We started with his portal, and then we just continued upgrading until we got to our own.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. That's really neat that he gave you that. Because
Hmm.
that's a really good place to start, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Excellent. So then, how many have you made since then?
Oh Jesus, we sell them, so I couldn't even count them.
Yeah. Oh, you hand make each one and
Yeah,
that you sell. Wow.
each one
That's
is made to order by us, PD.
wow. And then how is it that they pick up on spirit voices?
Well, you're basically, the concept of it is a amplifier which amplifies the sound, of course. Then you're running a reverb pedal that gives it a little bit of echo, and you're running a noise reduction pedal which basically cuts out that you hear on most spirit
White
box.
noise? Yeah.
It cuts all of that out to where you're actually not hearing anything but the words coming through. Now, you
Well,
still have to decipher, is that a radio station or is that a spirit? But
mhm.
it's like me and Brian always do when we're investigating. If we was to hold this up, we wouldn't say, "Can you tell me what this is?" That's too common. So we would say, "Can you tell me the name brand of this?" And if you get
Mhm.
Diet Pepsi in return, I mean, how are you going to deny that?
Well, yeah, that would be pretty hard to, mistake if you heard that. And that's exciting though when stuff like that happens. Do you hear spirits like often with this, or is it something that's like now most of the time, things don't come through very clearly?
It really depends on the person that's running the box. You have to open your mind, clear your mind. You have to be grounded, and you
Hmm.
have to basically get in the mindset of the spirit, which means you have to pretty much step into their world.
Uh-huh.
And you have to be very respectful, of course, and acknowledge them, acknowledge yourself, let
Hmm.
them know your intentions, and let them know you're not there to hurt anybody, you're not there to disrespect anybody, you're just trying to communicate. And
I've got
Right.
and
it,
I've
it
got a lot
takes a
of good stuff
while.
with it.
It takes a while for the spirits to trust you.
Yeah. And that's why you go to the same place. You would go back there, multiple times,
That's right.
because then they would, start to trust you that you were there to, communicate with them and not be, harmful or anything.
Yeah, we have one certain place we go to test it out, Colonel Cobb's tomb. I've got excellent results there.
Yeah. Colonel Cobb's tomb. What did they tell you there?
Well,
What's
basically revolutionary. He was a colonel in the Revolutionary War, and I kept pushing like, "Who did you serve for?" And done it 3 or 4 times. Every time I've done it, it's come back General Washington every time,
wow.
and you can't deny that.
Right. So that's Revolutionary War. Yeah.
Well,
Interesting.
the thing about the new box that we're working on now with PD is it's not AM FM radio. A lot of people use SB7s, SB11s, and Hack Shack radios. They're all AM FM radio. Well, we are experimenting now with a different kind of frequency. So we're going to be on shortwave radio, and there is no shortwave out there anymore. All shortwave is down.
Uh-huh.
Everything now is digital. So
Are you talking about like something like ham radio?
no, it's below ham. It's actually down to the frequencies that the human body actually operates on.
Oh, wow.
So if you get down into say 20, 30, 40 hertz, that's
Uh-huh.
the frequencies of the earth. That's the frequencies of the human body.
Wow. Okay,
So
cool.
we're trying to get down into that frequency range. That way, if something does come through the box, there's no way you can tell me it's a radio because I'm nowhere near the frequencies.
Right. You wouldn't
Everything,
be picking that up,
yeah,
you know. Right.
every living thing has a frequency. The rock laying in the
Yes.
yard has a frequency. The bird flying through the sky, they all have frequencies. And
Yes.
people don't usually look at EVPs as frequencies, but that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is because it's a wave. Everything that's a wave has a frequency. If it comes in a wave, if it's sound, if it's the movement of the air. Everything has a frequency.
That's it.
So yeah, and you're right. Everything that moves, everything that exists has a frequency,
Well, it's
and
just
it
like
vibrates at a certain frequency.
yeah, some of these doctors now are actually using frequencies for medicine.
Hmm.
They can take a machine and get a certain frequency and make your muscles
Hmm.
in your arm jump.
Cold lasers are kind of work upon that same principle.
That's
I
right.
believe I've used those before because I'm actually a chiropractor as well. So and I'm interested in paranormal, and I'm a witch, and it's just kind of got varied interests now.
You sound
Yeah.
like us.
But it's all good. And thank you, Annette. She says love my purple hair, so I'm gonna put that on there. Thank you very much. It's about time to do it again, but it's kind of like summer, so I figured I'd let some of the gray come on through. But anyway, fun stuff. I'm on the water a lot in the summer because I'm on the river. What are you guys doing for fun this summer?
I've just rebuilt my boat and I'm doing a lot of boating and fishing.
Nice. Yeah, that's people around here do a lot of boating and fishing. So, are you what body of water are you on?
The Petey River Basin in North Carolina.
Okay, okay. PD River Basin. I'll have to check that out.
That's where our
Do you
name
know
comes
where
from.
the
Petey
Cape
Region
Fear
Paranormal.
River is?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Hmm.
How far are you from that?
Probably about 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, wow. That is the place. That's the last place that they ever saw my aunt and her husband and their crew. They were on a 58-foot yacht, and they left the mouth of the Cape Fear River heading south to Florida, southern Florida, and they never made it. And they never found any debris. They never found them. They never found anything. And that was back in like the 1920s or 30s, I want to say. But yeah, so this I just I thought you guys were kind of nearby that area. So,
Oh yeah.
but there you go, little thing of interest about that area.
Oh yeah.
We always tell people she was lost in the Bermuda Triangle, so because it's kind of like sort of, but that's like a highly trafficked area, and it was very odd that they wouldn't have found anything.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of
So,
things get lost at the Cape Fear.
yeah, Cape Fear, really. Is there really like a legend about Cape Fear?
It's not too far away from what they call Devil's Tramping Ground.
Yeah, and so tell me more about that.
I've never really been there. I've researched it a little bit, but Brian's actually been there.
It's
T-
interesting.
what
It's
can
an
you tell me
interesting
about it?
place. It's like out in the middle of nowhere. And it's like a big circle, and like nothing grows around in it or anything. I mean, I didn't really feel anything negative. People say it's a devil's tremor. I felt more like those Native Americans there than there was something to do with the devil. Because every
Uh-huh.
once in a while you can get the whiff smell of cinnamon and hear flutes playing.
Huh.
It's very interesting.
Wow. That is
But
interesting.
but some people go there and get more negative results than other people. I guess it's the mindset they have when they go there.
True. Because you manifest what you believe. You know what I mean? Like if you think that it's going to be terrible and scary and that monsters will be there, then guess what? That's
Yeah,
probably what you're going to find.
my mindset was going there to say, hey, it's not this because you got a circle there, and if you blatantly look, there's like people build fires and have parties there. So if they're going around that all the time, that partying there, they ain't gonna go there anyway. So I mean,
Right. Yeah. So it's more just like a urban legend kind of thing.
yeah, I believe it's an urban legend. People say if you spend the night and then wake up, you moved out from their circle, but I ain't never tried that. I mean, I'm not going out
Uh-huh.
somewhere and camping out in the middle of the woods. Don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. 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 And especially like the woods, like where you guys live, because I'm sure that they're full of like all kinds of snakes and
Oh yeah,
critters and bad weeds that you don't want to touch and just all kinds of fun stuff like that, especially in the summer. Can you even like go through the woods there in the summer?
very carefully.
I was like, maybe with a machete or something, but I think we'd have to really go the extra mile.
Oh yeah, I'm
To
worried
go.
more about the venomous ropes and the nope ropes and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's terrible there, and Alabama too. You think about it and you think, oh, it's probably just so pretty there, and green, but then it's like, oh my God, it would just kill you to go out into the woods there.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You just couldn't do it. um, so anyway, what do you guys got coming up? You got any like things in? Oh, and that's in Alabama, and the woods are thick there, aren't they? I mean, you don't want to go out there. There's snakes. There's some major like snakes and really bad weeds out there that you just don't want to touch. And yeah, you could hurt yourself out there.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Oh gosh. Okay. So then we'll take that one down. Okay. And then do you think that she has a question? Do spirits talk to each other?
Yes.
Yep, they do.
Oh, somebody's at my door. I better go check it out. Talk amongst yourselves. Tell us what you got coming up.
Yeah,
Go.
spirits can talk to each other, and the reason I say that is because we've been on numerous cases where me and Brian will be communicating with a spirit, and you'll get a real deep voice come in and tell that spirit to actually hush and try to make them hush, don't we, Brian?
Yeah, one's trying to overtalk the other one, and some recordings we got, like we let the portal run, you can hear them conversate between each other back and forth.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with that. Hello, Jeff.
What's up,
Hi
Jeff?
from the goat. I would throw it on the screen, but I don't have a authorization. But yeah, PD Region Paranormal's got a lot coming up. We got a collab investigation coming up with another team out of North Carolina. That's going to be really fun. We got 7 investigations booked that we have to do, for private clients. We got video promos coming out, video drops coming out. There's
Okay.
just so much.
You got videos?
Yeah, we got videos getting ready to drop.
Oh, nice. What's the date? Do you know?
I haven't really actually finalized the date yet, but
Okay.
I'm getting close.
Okay.
Once
And
I
then
get the video finished,
where can they get a hold of that?
pdregionparanormal.com, Facebook/PD Region Paranormal,
Okay.
Parafam Entertainment, Parafam Studios.
Okay.
And
Cool.
also probably on our YouTube as well.
And it'll be on PD Region Paranormal YouTube. And within the next 2 months, everything will be on Amazon Fire.
Oh, nice. All right. Man, you guys are really working.
Are
You're
we
working
trying to?
hard.
And we got
That's
one coming up that we've been wanting to work on for a while to get in, but you have to
Mhm.
have liability insurance to get in, and I finally got it. So we're working on that now, trying to get into Calpin's Battlefield, which is a Revolutionary War battlefield, which I don't think has ever been investigated before. So that should be pretty
Oh,
cool.
wow. Never before, huh?
And we're also working on a place here in
Wow.
North Carolina that is called Town Creek Indian Mound. And
Uh-huh.
it's a historic site for the Native Americans, for the PD Indians. Nobody's never done it either, and we've just about got our foot in the door there.
Have you done other Indian sites?
We haven't done one, but we've been to his. He has his family had chicken houses in the area, and there was actually a Native American burial ground actually on the property.
Uh-huh.
A lot of spooky stuff there too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Well, they probably weren't very happy about what we did, with their land.
Oh no, they're not. They're not at all.
They weren't happy what went on there, but they showed us respect. We showed them respect.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I would totally respect them now. I mean, I we would have been so much better off if we would have tried to live like they lived instead of imposing our way of life onto them. It just didn't work for them, and their way of life. We could have just assimilated right into their way of life, and probably been a lot happier as a race.
Yeah, from that place, people don't really believe that much in the Native Americans. From what I seen that night, I didn't really believe in the Wendigos till I seen what I seen that night was down there. So I mean,
oh, that's like bad ghost spirits.
They can be bad, can be good.
Yeah,
from what I was told, but they didn't really bother us. They watched and see what we're doing. We had a gentleman there. Rob can explain that more what went on. And he was Native American, and we took him there for a reason because there's always a method behind our madness.
Yeah. He had went to an old graveyard by himself, and there was one grave and an ironclad gate where the gate was shut.
Wow.
And he decided he wanted to go inside that gate, so he opened the gate, went in, and he did some EVP sessions and asked a few questions, and he turned around and walked away, and he didn't shut the gate. Well, about 2-3 weeks later, he lost his job. His spouse got killed. I mean, so many bad things happened to this guy. His life just took a downhill. And I'm not saying he was attached or possessed by no means, but it was a coincidence how everything happened whenever he went through that gate.
Yeah.
So one of his friends come to us telling us about it, and they wanted us to help him. And I really didn't know how to help him. I'm not going to lie to you. But I just had a thought one day. I was meditating and praying, and it just come to me to take him down to the native land because he is a Native American. And when we took him down there, we started doing just a regular EVP session and investigation. We had a lot of equipment out, and he just kind of wandered off. And Brian snuck behind him and followed him, and he, I guess he had a moment because he reached his roots. He found his roots. And when he started praying and he released all of that, now he got a new girl, he got a new job. I mean, everything's going great.
Nice. Yeah. Sometimes you do have to just release all of that and for things to happen. Wow. That's great though. I mean, honestly, really helped that guy.
And it's like when after that happened, the mood of the place completely changed because what I was seeing was like coming across the chicken houses. I thought it was following me, but actuality, I didn't realize Joseph went off by itself, and it's actually following the negativity. It was him.
Yeah.
I mean,
and he said,
that's the thing. Negative energy. When people get caught up in negative energy, they it really does follow them. And things, other things, human beings, even animals, everything can pick up on it.
Yep. But I mean, it was cool moment. We never seen a lot that happen, but after that happened, it's like everything was calm and everything. Even like the clouds and stuff changed differently.
Well, he said this come out of his mouth. Whenever he went back there and he started praying, he said he felt like there was love around him. He explained it as his chief was there, kind of like there was a chief there. And he just felt love and light. And when he started praying, and he actually went into native tongue with it. And he said that he could feel something pull out of his back, like something just reached into his back and grabbed something and pulled it out. And when it came out, he said it was just the biggest relief he's ever felt. And I truly believe that the native spirits helped him by pulling that negativity out of him. I really do.
Do you think it was a negative entity or just negativity within himself?
I think it was a little bit of both, to be honest with you, because he had went through some rough stuff growing up. So he's always had that negative influence. But whenever he
And then
started,
something maybe
and I tell that to
happened.
anybody, don't go ghost hunting or paranormal investigating if you're not experienced. Go with somebody who's
Right.
got some experience.
Yeah. I did go investigating by myself, but all the lights were on, but see, all I had for a ghost box was my phone, so it was kind of sad. Um, but that was my first experience, and I just was there to see if I felt any negativity, and I told the people who live there, I said, the only negativity I feel here is with you guys. And so I'm trying to help them now, like put more
Yeah.
positive spin on their lives, because it really was just them and their negativity, not really any spirits, I don't think.
Well, one of the biggest thing, is it's like a lot of teams out there, and I'm not trying to put nobody down by no means, so don't be offended, whoever's watching. A lot of teams are not in it. They're in it to be ghost hunters, and there's a difference between a ghost hunter and a paranormal investigator.
Right.
And a ghost hunter, they want their 15 minutes of fame, they want their TV show, they want the glory, the clout, however you want to put it. But then you
Hmm.
got investigators like us. We've been doing this going on 28 years now,
Oh, wow. That's a
and
long time.
we don't care about publicity. We don't care about TV shows. We just want to help our clients. 90% of the cases that we got ever under our belt, which is thousands and thousands of cases,
Yep.
are client base, not just us. Hey, that place is haunted. Let's go investigate it. Most of our stuff,
Right.
people come to us and ask us.
Right.
So we try to get out there and, number one, debunk the claims, because everything's not paranormal. A lot of people's
Hmm.
first jump is, oh man, that's paranormal. No, it's not.
Right.
Most of the stuff has a legit explanation for it that can be explained if you just
Hmm.
stop looking for the ghost. Stop it. Look
And
for
that's
the natural causes.
exactly. Yeah. That's the first thing that an experienced paranormal investigator that's legit will tell you, is that look for the not paranormal causes first, because it's probably that. The chances of you finding paranormal are small.
Well, it's just
And
like a case we had. This lady, she kept hearing high pitched ringing. I mean, every day she went in her home, it was a high pitched ringing in her ear, and she could not figure it out. Her husband never heard it. People come visit, they never hear it, but she heard it 24/7. It was driving her crazy. So her first instinct was there's a spirit messing with her. Well, her husband finally heard it one night. And when he heard it, he was like, something ain't right. So she went online, she looked up paranormal teams, and they're in our town. So she called us. Me and Brian go over there and do a walkthrough, and we don't hear anything. We don't see anything. We run some equipment. We don't catch anything. And I told Brian, I said, let's do a EMF sweep of the house and a radiation sweep of the house just to be safe. So I grabbed the EMF meter. Brian grabs the radiation meter, and he goes one way. I go the other way. And then all of a sudden, I hear Brian call me in the hallway. Rob, come here. I walked over there, and the radiation meter was going crazy. And it takes a lot of radiation for that meter to go off, a lot. And I looked up above him, and there's an attic door. Okay, so let's open the attic. Brian goes right there at the attic and sticks his arm up in there with that meter, and that meter just blows up. So we get up there and we get to looking. The whole house is wired in a 60 amp service from like the 1960s
uh-huh.
with felt wire and no grounds whatsoever.
Oh, geez.
So we tell her that's her problem. She gets an
Yeah.
electrician out there. She spends the money, has the whole house rewired. She has not had a problem since. Last time I talked to her, everything's fine. No more ringing, no more paranormal experiences. Everything is great.
That's
But
awesome.
just, it's not always paranormal.
Right. And that's what somebody said, like 85, 90% of the time it's not. So I mean that's a majority of the time. It isn't paranormal.
Yep.
It's
But
just it
you
can
got a
be
lot.
explained
Yeah,
some other way.
you got a lot of teams that'll go in there and do an investigation, and if they don't
Mhm.
catch anything paranormal, okay, you're on your own. They're done. That's not us. If
No,
you have a
no,
problem, we're going to help you solve the problem. No
yeah,
matter if we can't help you, we're going to find somebody that can. We're going to reach out
Right.
and we're going to get you some help.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe it's not paranormal, but it's a colony of bats. You know, at least you can help them find an exterminator or something.
Oh yeah.
Exactly right.
But yeah, that's just kind of yeah. If it's not paranormal, they're like, oh well, bye, not my wheelhouse. See ya.
And then there's some you can't explain. Well, okay.
Yep.
Ain't no explanation for this.
Yeah.
And Jeff, to answer your question, yes, we've been to Ohio. Last year, we went and done Madison Seminary in Ohio.
Oh, a seminary.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of stuff did you find at the seminary?
We really didn't have a whole lot other than Brian can tell you about losing one in his underwear going upstairs.
Yeah, it's like, me and Andy. It was like a group of us there. I kept telling, we need to do a Black Ops mission. We got to get lost, by ourselves to pick some stuff up. We went to the second floor. You stepped on the second floor, a totally different feel. I mean, it's like, okay, something about to happen. And then you walk around the corner. Me and Andy was there. All of a sudden, you hear a blood curdling scream, a woman screaming to the top of her lungs, like, "Oh shit! Did you hear that?"
Wow.
And I was like, "Man, did you have the recorder run?" We had the recorder run. You can barely hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was crazy. It's like the more you got off by yourself, the more you caught. But that place is very active. But I don't think it was just the active night that was there that night.
Well, one good thing that happened there also is we had some REM pods set up around the room downstairs in the old what was it, Civil War wing or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would ask a question, and I wouldn't get no reply through digital recorder, or spirit box. But then I started getting replies on REM pods. So I had two of them like this, and I say, if there's more than one spirit here, can you light up that one and point at it, and it would go off. And then I'd ask another question, and if it's so, can you light up that one, and it would go off. So we had some interesting things there, but nothing I can say was groundbreaking.
Except the scream, and that was awesome.
Yeah, that scream was good.
And I was talking to the people. It was talking to the people that's there, like I guess the volunteers they have there. They didn't tell us nothing that went on there. I said, "Have y'all heard the scream on the second floor?" It's like, "You heard that?" I'm like, "Yeah, we've heard it before. A lot of people don't hear that." I'm like, "Well, we heard it."
Oh yeah. Oh, so they confirmed for you that it's been heard before. Yeah. Wow. I think I think my she shop out here is haunted. So I think it's like I don't know if it's. I always think of it like a train station, where there's like a gathering of spirits, and they kind of hang out here, waiting to go on somewhere else, like a train station, because that's what it sounds like sometimes,
Yeah. Well, over there at Madison Seminary, we took one of our biggest sponsors that we have is Iron Bean Coffee Company out of Ohio.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I wanted to buy that stuff.
We took them with us to Madison Seminary. And Fred and Chanel, which are the owners of Iron Bean, they actually got some good experiences there themselves. So
it's nice.
Cool. And Jeff, just to let you know, we just opened up a PD Region Paranormal Division in Ohio. Also, if you'd be interested, if you don't have a team or you want somebody just to investigate with, reach out to Christopher Ken Keith. He's the team manager of our new division in Ohio, and he's actually putting his team together now. And he could use some really experienced people to help. So anybody in the Ohio region, reach out.
Excellent. Getting people together. That's what I like about podcasting too, is it gets people together, It gets, people with the similar interests, all talking about it and, making connections and helping each other like learn stuff and do different, things like getting more investigations going and things like that. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's all about networking.
Yeah, well, see, we decided to expand out. We've been in North Carolina, 28 years, and there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that really could use help. So we started the Kentucky division. We got a division by Raymond Newsom. We got the Ohio division now, which is led by Christopher Keith, and now we just recently started a United Kingdom division, which is led by Paranormal Postmortem, which is Drew Nicholas.
Oh, nice.
So we're trying to expand out there.
Paranormal Postmortem. I kind of like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm going the wrong way. Let's see.
Yeah, I know Jeff put there that he got the name Goat from a spirit box. I actually got my nickname from my actual EVP.
And it wasn't a spirit box; it was on a recorder.
Yeah.
When you when like the spirit box doesn't record, it just plays things, right?
Right.
Yeah. Always when you're investigating and you're using a spirit box, always use a recorder because what you hear with your ears come out of spirit box is totally different when you play it back on a recorder and slow it down.
You might listen to it with your ear, and you might hear the word hello. But when and that's in, as it happens, you hear hello. But if you go back and listen to it on that recorder and you clean it up, take the background noise, it might actually be saying help. So you always run a recorder. Never go by what you hear. Go by what you record, because what you record is what I preach. I cannot come to you and say, "Madam, this place is haunted," unless I can physically hand you the proof. If I can't hand you that proof, then it's not haunted, point blank.
Right.
That's like, man, Rob, we done one here in Hamlet at a train depot. It was a good session. We thought it was a foreign language, but when we actually slowed it down, it wasn't foreign language. It was straight up English, just a prostitute talking dirty. I mean, real dirty.
Like a spirit prostitute?
Yeah, real dirty.
Wow. Well, she was at the train station, so, she might have just been like hanging out looking for some fun.
Suppose it was a brothel down below that back in the day too,
really?
as well. Yeah.
Well, that's convenient, isn't it?
I think she roams the whole streets of Hamlet, because we had another one at the Axe and Grind coffee shop. I think she made herself known again when I was doing a Estes session.
Is there a dog in the background?
Yeah. That's my dog trying to get in over here. He's scared of fireworks. Yeah, I'm probably let him in.
Okay. All right. I thought I was hearing some spirits or something.
No, that's my dog. That's the spirit of the hellhound.
Yeah.
Hellhound Hank.
And Jeff, I just sent you a friend request and a private message with that link.
That's funny. That's pretty good, really. That's a good name. Is Hank is he a Labrador?
Basset Hound.
Oh, Basset. Oh my God. Those guys they got so much personality, it's not even funny.
He's an asshole sometimes.
Yeah, well, I say personality because I'm trying to, keep things positive. But yeah, well, dogs are kind of assholes like that, I'm still in bed. I haven't left my bed, pretty much all day. It's just one of those days, It's kind of hot out, and it was raining really hard here earlier. So, are you guys going to get rain pretty quick?
That rain, when was it, yesterday, Rob?
Yeah.
They poured out rain yesterday
and last night.
Yeah. Do you guys have like hot and moist kind of summer?
The temperature here is crazy. You wake up in the morning times and it's 65 degrees and it feels awesome, and by lunchtime it's 97 and you're melting.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the way it is here. It's in the summertime. It can be just beautiful at dawn. At daybreak, and then by like you said, 11, 12 o'clock, it's just like sweltering. Oh, and because the humidity is terrible too.
Oh yeah.
But I don't like air conditioning, so I didn't put it in. You guys probably.
I'd die without it.
Yeah, I figured you guys probably wouldn't. But I don't know. There's just something about it. I hate air conditioning, and I don't have central air, so it makes a difference, And it sucks the energy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I'm all about like conserving energy and trying to get by off the grid if I can, all that sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
So, anyway, tell me about. Are you guys got any trips coming up that you're gonna do, like to go visit other paranormal places?
We have an event coming up, Brian. August. Wasn't it August? I booked it. With First Time Paranormal. Yeah,
26, 20 something, yeah.
We're going to be doing a place called the Trevette Clinic, and it's an old Civil War hospital, old doctor's office.
Oh, wow.
And we're actually teaming up with a fairly new team here in North Carolina that is amazing. I love what they're doing. They're a bunch of first responders,
Oh,
So
neat.
it's
I
either
think I saw
police.
something about those guys.
Yep, they're teaming up with us, and we're going to film
Nice.
this and put out a big episode trailer on it and video on it.
Great. That'll be awesome. And kind of exciting, maybe you'll find some good stuff there.
I believe
And
so.
that's coming up pretty quick, too. So,
Well, last time we did it with Chris and Mike from the Rave Chasers just to go hang out with them. You know, you pay to go investigate, but we just pay to go hang out with them because we're good friends with them. But we caught some interesting things, there, with the music box stuff. But those things are fun to go to. It's like when you get there, it's like everybody's attracted around us, wanting to investigate with us for some reason. We ain't figured it out yet.
Well, you guys are fun, you make things fun and you're low stress and, you're just out to find out what's out there,
That's right.
It's, yeah.
Now, we're trying to plan St. Albans Sanatorium again sometime this year. Now, when we go there, we have a good time and cut the focus there. We ain't got to debunk nothing. We go there to just be ourselves and investigate.
Yeah. Once a year, we'll try to get a location for the fun of it. Because all year long, we're doing residential cases. And residential cases, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're not fun, but our main focus is helping the client.
Right.
So once a year, we'll get what we call a unwind investigation, where we get to go in and be ourselves, have fun, record everything, grill out, cook out, have fun at the hotel, at the pool. And, once a year,
just
we try to
let your proverbial hair down.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some nice evidence, too.
Let your hair down.
Yeah, I ain't got no hair.
Yeah. Doesn't that get hot, though, in the summertime? Having
Lord,
a beard?
Not really.
No?
I don't care if it's hot as hell or not. I still have my beard.
I'm going to be honest with you. I tell everybody, when you're a big guy, your beard is your makeup.
Yep.
Well, there you go. Yeah. And I know all about makeup.
We're trying to get everybody on our team to grow beards, but some of them can't grow beards, so
Oh yeah, not everyone is blessed with the beard gene, and they come in like patchy, funky looking. My father was one of those. Dad didn't do very well with the beard, but he grew it anyway, and it was just all straggly and kind of patchy and stuff, and he didn't care. And the more people told him, oh Bob, you should shave that off, he'd be like, yeah, no.
Mine started out patchy like that when I was about 15, 16 years old. And
yeah,
it never felt, I was probably 25, 26 before it actually would start growing, and it still won't grow up here, but I don't care.
Yeah. You look like you're, a fellow from like either Scotland, like, or the Civil War, you look like kind of, it's almost like the lamb chop kind of thing. It's nice.
Well, I got a little bit of Scottish in me, but on my dad's side, my great grandmother was full-blooded Native American Cherokee.
Oh wow, okay.
She actually come off the reservation, so there's a lot of mud in me, a lot of mud.
Yeah, we are an American. I said, we were talking about being an American, and I said, German, Swedish, Scottish, Irish, and English, and just basically the quintessential American. My family's been here since the Mayflower, well, almost 13 years after. And and we just are the kind of people who came here and killed the Indians and built this country.
Yeah.
My family's just a bunch of moonshiners.
Moonshiners?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The guys who started NASCAR.
Yep.
That's good, though. I've been to NASCAR a couple times. It's fun stuff.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Do you guys get into NASCAR at all?
I used to, but not as much now.
Yeah, I used to when I was young. I used to love Dale Earnhardt, and when he passed away, I just lost interest.
Yeah. Did you guys ever drive fast, as in like the moonshiners?
Oh, yeah, I drive pretty fast.
Yeah.
I scared Rob one time.
You drove fast enough to scare him.
Yeah,
it wasn't him that scared me. It was the 18-wheeler coming up beside us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's not you; it's the other drivers.
we had to get around it somehow. So yeah.
Yeah.
We were actually on our way to an investigation too.
Yeah, it was on our way to investigation. Yeah, that was funny.
Do you have like skinny little back roads?
Oh yeah. Which way we go on our investigations? Rob navigates. We go down the back roads.
Yep.
Yeah. Less traffic.
Oh yeah.
Being from a moonshining family, I pretty much know all the back roads.
Yeah. Oh my God, that stuff is so good too. If it's made by someone who really knows how to make moonshine, oh, that stuff is so good.
Yes, it is.
It's just smooth and yeah, some fine corn liquor. Yummy. I'm kind of like a one of those girls that yeah, I'll try that.
Did you see Jeff's comment over there, Brian?
Which one?
He was waiting in the Bel Air house by himself, and it was cold as an ice box, and a candle came on by itself.
We got to go there.
Yeah.
I've heard about the Bel Air house a lot, and I've watched a lot of it on TV, but I've never been there in person.
Where is it?
I think it's in Ohio, I believe. I'm not really sure. I think he might have said in his comments.
Let's see. Hold on a minute. I'll look it up.
We got a lot of places we want to go to. We just haven't made to yet. It's
Oh
like
yeah, I'm sure.
if they've been on TV, it's like you can wind up paying $1,500 to like $600 a night or something.
Oh, in Bel Air, Ohio. Okay. Very good.
We might have to set that up, Mr. Jeff. We all get together and have a shindig.
It kind of looks like the White House, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's built like the White House?
Yeah.
Kinda
That's
cool.
what it looks like.
Nice. Oh, I am just roasting. It's I probably should put the air conditioning in, but I'm stubborn that way. If I say no, I'm not going to do something, then it's like I'm not going to do it. Damn it! It's probably a little better outside. So after we're done, when we're done podcasting, I'll make a move outside. Might be better. I live on the river, so I get a little bit of a breeze. Just a bit of a breeze.
We ain't got no breeze.
No breeze. Are you guys live in the city?
No, I'm in the country, but outskirts of country anyway.
I'm in city limits.
I'm in city limits, but just barely. I wish I wasn't in city limits, to be honest.
Yeah.
My illustrious city is not really great.
My wife keeps this house so cold you could hang meat in here.
They ain't nothing as cold as that hotel room in Ohio that one time. I could have killed y'all, bastards.
Yeah, we waited till Brian went to bed and we cut the air conditioner down to about 50 degrees, and we all went to sleep.
God.
And he was asleep right in front of the air conditioner with his head in front of the vent. So by the time he woke up, he was a big old ice cube.
Oh my
Actually,
God.
I gotta go take a leak in the middle of the night. Walking across the floor with a sheet over my head, slow as crap. I got my hoodie and slept in my darn hoodie.
And I told him, if I would have woke up and seen a sheet walking across the end of that bedroom, he would have probably ate an alarm clock or whatever my hand could have reached.
Get it? Oh, that's so funny. I mean, because it's like ghosts probably don't really present themselves like that, but that's what you think of.
If you wake up from a dead sleep and that's what you see, there's no telling what's going to go through your mind.
Right, exactly.
That's like us. When we sleep at St. Albans, we try to sleep, but there really ain't no sleeping there because that place is active all the time, so you ain't getting no sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And when you do try to get some sleep, you're laying there and you just feel like something's watching you. So you open your eyes, you look around to the door, and all you see is just peeking around the door at you and then gone.
Oh man, is that the way you see spirits a lot? Like they just sort of, it's like you see them out of the corner of your eye, but then like if you look over, they're not there, kind of thing.
Yeah,
St. Albans is really, really well known for shadow figures.
Because that's kind of what I see a lot, and I didn't know if that was like my imagination or if that's really they present themselves that way sometimes.
Well, at St. Albans, depending on who you are, you could get a full-on figure or a shadow person, depending on what they want to show you while you're there.
Mm-hmm. It depends on your energy too, because I've noticed somebody go in there with a really bad energy, negative attitude, they don't hardly ever catch anything. But if you go in there happy and cutting the fool and laughing and joking, that's when we catch the most stuff.
Yeah. I think they're drawn like everyone else, and like anything else in the universe is drawn to positive energy, you
That's
know?
right.
Yeah.
That's just
I
like
can
when
see
we're on an
that.
investigation and we start catching this stuff and then it just quits. It's just like
Mhm.
everything went away. We've learned that if we'll just set the equipment down, leave it recording,
Mhm.
commerce, talk amongst ourselves and start having a
Yep.
good time and joking around or whatever, you're going to catch you're going to catch stuff with the equipment. We always do.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's definitely true. I mean, it's true with everything else. Why wouldn't it be true with spirits?
That's right.
That you draw them in more with positivity.
Like, come on in, guys. We're about to have a party. Let's have fun.
Exactly.
Well, it's just
Why
like
wouldn't they want to come?
we were at St. Albans one night and it was dead. And one of the, I guess you'd call him the volunteers there, he told us, he was like, there was a group came in here not too long ago and they started playing music. And whenever they played certain songs, things would start happening. So
Yeah.
Brian was like, well, what songs were they playing? And he got to naming off some of the songs. Brian said, okay. He went and got one of our big Bluetooth speakers out of the command center and he come back,
Uh-huh.
hooked it to his phone, went on Amazon Music, and he started playing Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb.
Oh, was that
And
one the spirits like?
when he started playing that song, I ain't gonna lie to you, we got one of the biggest, clearest apparitions on film that we've ever caught.
Wow. That's cool though. I mean, I listen to stuff like that all the time. So I dig Pink Floyd. I like them a lot. I've seen them in concert once, a long time ago. It was on, I think, the Division Bell tour. But yeah, that was pretty cool.
It's like me and Rob. We got an unorthodox way of investigating, but we get results with it.
Well, yeah, and you don't have to. I think you don't have to get real high tech to communicate with the other side.
No.
And if you're perceptive and meditate, you listen, you know how to listen. I think you can pick up on a lot of stuff too.
Well, TV's got people messed up. I'm not gonna lie to you. You do not need the $10,000 worth of equipment to do a paranormal investigation. That's
Right.
just crazy. We have a bunch of equipment. I'm not gonna lie, we do. And out of all the equipment we got, we might use 5 pieces on an investigation.
Uh-huh.
Because the best piece of equipment that you'll ever use is yourself if you learn how to listen and read yourself.
Yes.
It's just
That's what I'm like. That's what I'm learning to do right now.
yeah, it's just like when you're going on an investigation, everybody's got a smartwatch or a Fitbit watch or something.
Mhm.
Take it with you. That's a good piece of equipment because as your body changes, you'll be able to see it on that watch and document it.
That's true. It's like biofeedback kind of thing.
That's it.
Yeah.
And go old school, thermometers, barometers, humidity levels. I mean, go old school because these are the things that nobody can debunk. These are the things that they can't say, oh, that's a radio making that sound. No, it's not.
Right.
Go old school. Get you some bells, hang you some bells on a string and hang them on the door. Hang them on the cabinets, go old school with it.
Yeah, or lights. If you're asking them to kind of like turn on a light, it should be a DC light, right? Like a battery type light, right?
Well, there is a big stink going around about the lights. A lot of teams now are taking these mag lights and they're twisting them till they cut off and then twisting till they barely come on and lay them down and ask questions. And depending on the type of light it is, you got to remember one thing. Number one, the older lights, which are halogens, have little springs in the back. Yes. As that battery is close to that spring, it creates a little spark. And as that spark keeps sparking, that spring opens up. And it hits the battery and makes the light come on. Once that light comes on, the spark stops. So the spring cools down. When the spring cools down, it goes in and the light cuts off. The newer style lights, if you take one of the mag lights apart that are LEDs, the circuitry is in the bottom where the twisty is. So when you twist that thing, it is you couldn't put a hair in between how close the circuitry is. So it's gonna go off and it's gonna cut back on. So I don't know. Now, if you have one of them push button lights and you set it down and you tell the spirit to make that light come on and that light comes on, then yes, you got something. But if it's one of those twisty lights, I can't go with that.
Okay, gotcha. Well, and if you have any like old ghost boxes that you're done with, but they're still operational, I'm taking donations. Just saying. You can get my address, later on. So pop one
That's
in the
what
mail.
I go old school. When you invest, Robert, you taking equipment with you? What you mean? I got my recorder and I walk off with it. That's the only thing I use.
That's it.
Yeah,
A recorder and a
just
video
just
camera.
record. I bought an old school recorder that you put a cassette in, and it works on batteries and stuff. I thought about just turning that on out in the shop and seeing what I get. So because
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure we'll see. My house and my shop are built on land that was slaughterhouse land. About I don't know 100 years ago, there was a slaughterhouse here, so I know a lot of blood was spilled on this land, and it's right on the river too. Somehow, I think the river draws the spirits. I don't know what it is about it, but they kind of hang out here. So
We've ran into some experiences on the river, Brian. You could probably tell her a little bit better than I can, but in Virginia, we had a buttload of cases come in, and every
yeah,
one of them was on this same river,
yeah,
and it went hundreds and hundreds of miles. I'm not gonna lie, from Asheville, North Carolina, all the way up to Radford, Virginia.
well,
And the only thing that these investigations had in common was number one, the answers we were getting, but number two, the same river ran through the property.
yeah.
So we were actually thinking about that, and moving water is energy any way you look at it.
It
So
is, and I think they're drawn to it.
spirits can pull energy off of moving water. I mean, it's just like if you
Hmm.
was to take a wooden paddle and you get out there and you paddle fast enough, you're going to create enough energy to light up a light. It's common
Oh
knowledge.
yeah, yeah. That's
So
what I was going to do for my house, basically. So yeah, but yeah, and so yeah, I think there is something to that as well. So if you find out more about it, let me know because
Oh yeah.
I'm always interested in stuff like that. So, and if you ever get to Iowa, be sure and pop by Davenport and I'll show you guys around because it's an interesting place here.
I would like
And
to go down to Malfoy Manor down there too, as well. It's in Iowa somewhere. I'd like to do that
yeah,
place.
yeah, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of haunted places here in Iowa, honestly. So we have no shortage of ghosts and spooks here.
That's the way it is in North Carolina. There's a lot around here, but people are scared to say something about it. People think they're crazy if you come in and do it. I'm like,
That's true. If they say that, oh, I got spirits in my house or whatever, that yeah, oh yeah, sure, I'm sure you do.
well, that's what's blowed us up here in this area because there's not a lot of. Well, I ain't gonna say there ain't a lot. There's not a lot of legit teams in this area
Yeah,
that people trust,
that's
and
the thing. There's got to be some trust there because they're
I
letting
ain't.
you into their
Yeah,
lives and their homes, and
and
yeah.
our email and our phone blows up constantly. I mean, like I say, we got 8 on the books right now for the next 2 months.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah,
it never stops. And it's
that's
what I
good
told
though.
Brian in the beginning. If you earn their trust, when they have an
Hmm.
issue, they're coming back. And
Yeah,
27 years, they're
and it's
still coming back. So that means
and it's
something.
not always about just getting rid of spirits. It's about telling the people who live there the information they need to know to maybe just like be like live with them and say, oh, okay, no
Yep.
problem. But it's I think the not knowing that scares them.
yep.
The biggest thing is that the clients we deal with on a regular want to hear is, can they coexist or will they harm them?
Exactly.
That's the
They just,
biggest question they have.
as long as they're safe, they don't care. They can live with them.
Then you got people that go out and investigate, and you see them on TV all the time, and the first thing they tell you is, "Oh, you got to move. You got to
Oh,
pack
Oh,
up, and move.
it's a demon. It's a
It's
demon.
a demon. It's a
yeah,
demon."
it's
And
just
they,
because it's dramatic.
yeah, and they couldn't even tell you what a demon is if they wanted to. They
I
think
know
that
it's
this
funny, isn't
demon
it?
is this serpent-looking head that just possesses people and takes over your body, and that's not even the case.
No, it's funny, isn't it?
I mean,
But some people, it's just the drama of it. But I'm
it's
glad you
like,
guys are low drama, and I'm super glad that you've been here with me. And I
yeah,
do have to sign off now. But I'm really excited for you guys, all the stuff that you got going on, and investigations, and and the videos coming out and all that. And you guys got regular show that you do, right? Every
Yeah.
week or
Paranormal Static every Thursday,
every
7
Thursday? Yeah.
p.m. Eastern time.
Awesome. And so I wish you guys all the luck in the world. Blessed be. And I thank you again for being on my show.
It was
For
an
me,
honor.
for me, what I got going on, I'll be here out here again on Wednesday at 10 p.m. for Madam After Dark. And then this week we'll be back at 11 a.m. Friday with Witchy Whims. So you guys take care. And we are out on this one.
Happy 4th.
Happy
Yep.
4th.
Happy 4th of July. Thanks for being a veteran.
You're welcome. Not a problem.
And we're done.